I hosted a panel discussion on events that rock, which was 4 terrific jewelers representing cool stores around the country who use special events in their stores to build traffic, build business, and get some exposure in the community and hopefully some good public relations. What we heard was a lot of what you could almost consider best practices from 4 very similar but very unique stores. Everybody had their own angle on how they do their events. They also all are in different areas of the country, do their events a little differently, and I think that their customer base is a little different in each of those. We heard a lot about partnerships, partnering with other businesses in the local community who can also benefit from that exposure, as well as they're trying to appeal to the customer of a jewelry store as well. And it was very positive. We heard some great results from the audience. We had some good interaction.
We, in 2008, we have 2 locations. In 2008, we added fine art into our mix with the jewelry. We consider jewelry art. It was a natural progression for us to add in the fine art. So for us, walls don't sell jewelry. Walls are perfect for art, and it was a great tie-in. So from the art, we've started doing, throughout the year, 8 different art openings, 4 in each store. And with those art openings, they become great parties that people want to be invited to. They want to come to them. They want to bring their friends to them. They want to be involved in them. And it's not a come here and let me sell you something. It's come here and have a good time. Here's a drink, look around, listen to the live music, eat the food, have a good time. With that, our first one that we did with the charity was for the Carroll Shelby Foundation. For me, I love cars are a passion, jewelry's a passion, art's a passion. So we decided to do a fundraiser for the Carroll Shelby Foundation, the Mustang Shelby developer. Carroll is recipient of a heart transplant and has a great foundation that helps children with life-threatening illnesses. So we actually did a car show outside, which was awesome, and we had everything from Ford Mustangs to Lamborghinis to antique Cadillacs. Inside, we did live music. All the art inside revolved around car art, and then we had one of our artists, Mark Boomershine, did a fantastic painting of Carroll when he was a young guy. We sent it out to the foundation. Carroll autographed it, and a guy who had a car that was in the original painting bought it for a little bit over $3,000. It went straight to the foundation. People are asking us when the next car show is. The foundation was very happy. For us, it was great because it was something we could do with the community. And I think a point that David brought up about partnering that I heard from all the panelists yesterday was you don't have to spend a lot on these events. With the right partners, they're fantastic. It's something that you're the creator of. The people remember you, but they remember who you're partnering with in the community, and it gets more people out. The charities are fantastic because you get to help somebody in your community. You also get their whole list of people who want to join you for the party, plus your list.
I think there were some really terrific ideas that, Harris just mentioned some about the art. We also heard Evangeline Ross from Zachary's talked about a contest where kids in the local 5th grade submit jewelry designs, and they pick 5 winners, and they actually produce the jewelry and present it to the moms of those kids. And they do a big presentation event where people come into the store to do that. We heard about some people doing partnership nights, wish nights, where people come in and fill out a wish list of the product that they'd like, and they, in turn, the store will mail that out to the significant other to draw customers in around Valentine's Day. And I think we heard not only events driven around holidays, but as a way of also building traffic outside of a traditional, shopping time or a holiday, and really bringing people into the store.
Around a holiday, everybody's doing them. So when you're doing your Christmas party, you're competing with every other jeweler, every other business in town to do it. But one of the things that the store you just mentioned,
Evangeline from Zachary's,
she did something where they might do it once a month, I'm not sure, but they do a children's play day. So they have a morning out, basically a mom's morning out, where they're encouraging the moms to bring their young children. They have a little play area for them. It was her store, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's a great mommy break. The mommies get to look around the store, have fun, catch up with each other. The kids are taken care of, and I thought that was an awesome one because it's a regularly scheduled event that people are aware of, and they're coming to your store, and we all know moms need a break. I thought that one was fantastic. I liked it.
What a great way to take a break when you can kind of look at all the pretty jewelry in the store.
I thought that was a great one.
All 4 panelists each took a few minutes to make their own presentation, and then we interacted with the audience. And I think they talked amongst themselves as well, because they as much as all four of them do a lot of special events every year and are very, good at the ones that they do, it was exciting for them to hear, from each other about some new ideas. I think people talked about, some of the partnerships.
Right.
I mean, there was a discussion about some of these involve bringing in food and, in some cases, some alcoholic beverages and that type of thing. There were, some people had some questions about the legal liabilities of that, and, how you have to structure that and what you have to worry about. But the idea of reaching out to people in your business community that, obviously you're not reaching out to another jeweler, but you're reaching out to a complementary business that has something to offer the same group that you're trying to attract. And another one of the panelists, Constantina Malia from Tucson, also has a great store that has some outdoor area in the front with some trees and lights in the trees and all that. So she actually includes all of that in her special events as well. So people are mingling indoors and outdoors, and of course they have perfect weather in Tucson for that. So there's some really interesting things that we heard.
The other gentleman with the store was his name Nate? Nate store, which was...
It's Silverscape Designs in Northampton, Mass.
And we had actually done a similar promotion unknowingly, but we had done last year in December, we did Antique Jewelry Roadshow. So like the TV show Antique Roadshow, we did Antique Jewelry Roadshow, where we had our estate buyer in. People were bringing in things that had been in their family that maybe they wanted history on, they might just want a value on, they might have wanted to sell, and we could buy them also. But it was great, and it brought in tons of people. We also had, as a guest star appearance, Paul Brown from Discovery Channel's Auction King TV show. People came out just to see him. He was happy to do it with just a phone call to get involved with us in the community. He shops with us. And then they had done also a Jewelry Antique Roadshow with a different way. They brought in, I think, an outside company, who handled it for them. So it was nice to see, too, this idea does work, and there's more than one way to do this idea.
They talked about, when they partnered with a local catering business who brought in food and drink, then the catering business understands the legalities of doing that and what's involved with that. So they worry about all those details. But it also, a catering company then now has exposure to people buying luxury products in a jewelry store, and they're going to think about, well, hey, we need a caterer for something, let's make a contact here. So it's really a win-win for both businesses involved, or multiple businesses, because I think that there were certainly instances where they were partnering with more than just one other business.
And we've had caterers that we have used that we brought in that have been so happy, and then I've gotten customers from them that weren't at our event, but the caterer was doing an event. They might have noticed the person's jewelry, they might have been asked or heard jewelry, they might have heard a wedding, and they said, oh, go to Worthmore, these guys are great, because we had worked with them. So it just really, it builds, we're big on, in both of our stores, on keeping it local. It keeps the local economy going, it keeps the independents, which we all are in business, going, and it really creates a nice community in business.
I think the key takeaway is that, events are important, and you can do them from simple to extravagant, and they all work.
For me, the key takeaway was this was a 5 o'clock seminar, and the shows are exhausting, and the turnout was phenomenal. And I think that goes to show what the Smart Show has built in this show in a really short time, that the people who are coming here, they not only want to find great jewelry, they want to be educated. When I first saw that it was 5 o'clock, I was a little hesitant, because I know how I am after a day of shopping, your mind is sort of going, but it was phenomenal. And I think that's testimony to the Smart Show.